Hey everyone, welcome back to my in-depth review of the new Necron Codex. Out today. Yes, I'm excited. I gotta get some more models so I can play with the Takurian formation. Yeah, I need some more formations apparently. That happens. And in this video I'll be covering the heavy support. I've already covered the HQs, the elites, the troops, and the fast attack. Now it's time for some heavy support. The fun, well, not really fun. I really think the elites actually where this codex really shines. But it's got some good stuff in the heavies as well. Oh yeah, it's got some good stuff. So, let's get started. So the first heavy support choice is the heavy destroyers. They're now official, heavy support choice. And they were in the previous one too. It just moved into that codex if they were heavy supports. Still 50 points, as they were before. Weapon skill, ballistic skill 4, strength 4, toughness 5, 2 wounds, initiative 2. 1 attack, leadership 10, and 3 plus save. Now one of the big changes is they used to be jump infantry, and now they're jet infantry. So they're jetpack infantry, so that makes them maneuver differently. So they can move in the assault phase and that kind of stuff, so it's interesting. And for 50 points, you get a heavy Gauss Cannon Heavy Destroyer, which is pretty nasty. It's a 36 inch range, strength 9, AP 2, I believe? Strength 9, AP 2, heavy 1 Gauss. So it'll glance on a 6. It should pen anything on a 6. That's crazy. And as preferred enemy for animation protocols and very bulky, you can include up to 2 destroyers for 50 points more. 2 heavy destroyers. So that's a pretty solid choice. They're fast, they can move around, they're maneuverable, and they can pop things. Strength 9, AP 2, it'll kill stuff. Up next, we have the Canoptech Spiders. Now, the Canoptech Spiders, nothing really changed with the Spiders. No, still 50 points. And they can still produce spiders, Canoptech the scarabs, one at a time. And so for 50 points, you get a monster creature, weapon skill, ballistic skill 3, strength toughness 6, 3 wounds, initiative 2, attacks 2, leadership 10, 3 up save. Fearless, you can include up to 2 more additional Canoptech spiders at 50 points each. And yeah, very similar to what it was before. Scarab Hive, once per friendly moving phase. Each Canoptech Spider can use a special rule to create a Canoptech Scarab. Nominate a friendly unit of Scarabs within 6 inches, and you can just add 1 incoherency. They can move and act normally. The turn, roll d6 each time. On a 1, the Canoptech Spider suffers a single wound with no saves of any kind allowed. So, standard stuff. You can take a Fabricator Clay Array. Let me see, Fabricator, Fabricator Claw Array, which is, let me see, in each of your shooting phases, instead of firing a weapon, the model with Fabricator Claw Array can choose to repair a single friendly vehicle that is in base-to-base contact with it. Kind of like mechs tools. 4 up, it's good. That's interesting. They can take a Gloom Prism for 10 points. And a Gloom Prism has Adamantium Will for stopping, psychic powers. And it could take a Twirling Particle Beamer for 10 points. Twirling Particle Beamer wouldn't be bad. No, pretty sure. Yeah, it's a 24 inch Strength 6, AP 5, Heavy 1 Blast. Not bad. Good for killing infantry. Light infantry. Orcs, Tyranids, good. Good stuff there. Good stuff there. Up next, we have the Doomscythe. Now, the Doomscythe was probably the most broken thing in the previous codex when it first came out, because when 6th edition came out shortly after this codex, flyers were the big thing. Not many armies had access to Skyfire, and Doomscythes and Nightscythes ruled the day. So Doomscythe has been upped in points, I think, slightly, maybe not even. Oh, maybe it went down in cost. Sorry, it went down in cost. I apologize. It went down in cost, 175 to 160. The reason is the Death Ray got nerfed. But it's still not bad. It's actually a very good shot. Still, it just got nerfed. No more drawing the line and rolling the distance and killing everything in between it. No more of that. So we'll discuss that in a second. But for 160, you get the same thing, a Doomscythe, armor 11 all around, ballistic skill 4, 3 all points. Has Death Ray, Twin Tesla Destructure, Living Metal, Supersonic, and the Death Ray. So let's discuss the Death Ray, because that's a huge thing. With the Doomscythe was the Death Ray. Now it's different. It's just a straight shot now. Pretty sure it's a blast but it's strength 10, AP 1, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's a strength 24-inch range, so huge range on that. So, you know, it was good. You know, huge range. Strength 10, AP 1, heavy 1, blast lance. So that thing basically comes on the table, you pick your opponent's vehicle, and blow it up. Because it's strength 10, AP 1, lance. So 2s to glance, 3s to bend, pretty easy. And +2 on the chart, so explodes on a 5. So not bad at all. I still think it's a solid heavy support choice. If you loved Doomscythe before, they're good now. Because I know that line was fun, you drew the line, and you rolled your d6, that was cool and really original. But now it's just a straight shot, it comes on and blows up your opponent's vehicle. And hurts them really bad. You know, it's pretty straightforward. I think it's going to be great. You bring him from reserves turn 2, hopefully, and just destroy something the turn it comes in. So, solid choice. Up next, we have the epitome of Necrons, the Monolith. Whenever I thought of Necrons, I thought of the Monolith. Nothing really changed with the Monolith. In fact, nothing changed with the Monolith. It's still 200 points. It's 14 all around, 4 hull points, ballistic skill 4. It is a vehicle, tank heavy skimmer. You get 4 Gauss Flux Arcs, a Particle Whip, and Eternity Gate. Let me just double check what the Particle Whip was. Particle Whip is it's the diamond shot from top. Strength 8, AP 3, Ordnance 1, large blast. So same thing as before, 24-inch range, and it can deep strike and living metal. Cool. Doesn't have to deep strike anymore, but can deep strike. So pretty much straightforward. It's basically the same. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. 200 points, not a bad cost, not terrible. Up next, we have the Annihilation Barge. And the Annihilation Barge is now 120 points. Now, 120 points, it used to be 90, so it's got up 30 points, unfortunately. But it's still pretty strong, because you get a Gauss Cannon, and a Gauss Cannon, as I mentioned, Strength 9, AP 2, which is pretty nasty. You know, it's a Strength 9, AP 2 shot. No, sorry, Gauss Cannon, that's a heavy Gauss Cannon. A Gauss Cannon is 24-inch range, Strength 5, AP 3, Heavy 2, Gauss. So it'll still kill Space Marines like no one's business. That's good. And it glances things. And you get a Twinling Tesla Destructor. And so Tesla Destructors are Strength 7, AP Dash, Tesla. Right? Heavy 4, 24-inch range, Tesla. And Quantum Shielding. So it is 13 till Pend. Living Metal. May exchange Gauss Cannon. So living metal means it ignores shaken or stunned. And may exchange Gauss Cannon with her Tesla Cannon, which you may want to do. So Tesla Cannon is just Strength 6, AP Dash, Heavy 2. Both are solid depending on what you want to go for. You know, Gauss or Tesla, because it gives you an option for both vehicles and non-vehicles. But either one are good. So 120 points. Annihilation Barge, it's a bit expensive. I would have preferred maybe 110, but still, for 120 points, not bad. Not a bad option at all. It's a bit expensive. It got more expensive, but it was undercosted again. So it's all good. Up next, the Doomsday Arc, 170 points. 170 points. Doomsday Arc used to be 175. So it went down a bit. Yeah. Let me double check. Is the Annihilation Barge 90? Because I'm pretty sure I remember it being 90 points. I thought it was. Yeah, it was 90. Oops. So Doomsday Arc, 170 points. And it's the same thing as before. 11 all around, but it has Quantum Shielding, 2 Gauss Flare Arrays, and a Doomsday Cannon. Let me double check this, make sure they haven't changed the Doomsday Cannon. It was a fun thing to pivot in the background. So your Doomsday Cannon is low power, high power. Low power is 24-inch range, Strength 8, AP 3, Heavy 1 Blast. High power is 72-inch range, Strength 10, AP 1, primary weapon. 1 large blast divert power, which means the vehicle can only fire a weapon. With this rule, if it remains stationary in its preceding movement phase. Pretty similar to what it was before. So it can't move, but if it doesn't move, it has a Strength 10, AP 1 large blast. Yeah. I gotta get me one of them. Pretty good support choice. Up next, we have the Transcendent Catan. Now, this guy is kind of fun because he's a giant, scary, scary thing from sorry, I have a complete mind blank. From other games. But Apocalypse, that was what I was thinking. Apocalypse. And he's a pretty scary model that's like this big and just scary. So Transcendent Catan, he's pretty much like a Catan, but he's a heavy support choice. And he's weapon skill ballistic skill 5, strength 8, toughness 7, 5 wounds, initiative 4, 4 attacks, leadership 10, 4%. And he's 250 points. He has the powers of Catan, Deep Strike, Eternal Warrior, Fearless. So he's Eternal Warrior. He cannot be instant killed. He's fearless. Immune to natural law, which means he can move around through anything. He has Necrodermis, which again, 4 up and vulnerable save. When he dies, he explodes. And Writhing Worldscape. All enemies, units, treats open ground within 6 inches of Transcendent Catan is difficult. That's pretty close, so maybe it's going to be harder to assault him. So, that's cool. So with this list, you can take him as a heavy. If you wanted to take like the normal Force Orc, you can take a bunch of Catans in the Elite, a bunch of Catans in the Heavy. So it's an option. He's pretty nasty. But 250 points. Yeah. And that's it. So that's the heavy support choices of the... You know what? Since we're pretty low on time right now, I'm going to go through the Lords of War at the same time. Okay, let's go through the Lords of War. But quickly, let's go over and review the heavy supports. Not a lot of change. Minor points, tweaks. Heavy Destroyers, stay the same. Just as effective as before. You like them before, you like them now. Camtech Spiders, same price, same stuff, same as everything. Yeah. Doomscythe, got cheaper. Death Ray, nerfed, but still a valid option for popping vehicles. I know Necrons don't have a problem popping vehicles, but this is really good at popping vehicles. Comes in. It's not obviously the same thing for killing troops, but it still has the twin-linked Tesla Destructor, which you can take out troops with that, you know. And one of the things I think it did lose is arcing. Did the Tesla Destructors lose the ability to arc? Maybe I should look that up right now. Yeah, I think it did. I think the Tesla weapon lost arcing. So that's an important one too. I think it lost the ability to arc. The Monolith, identical as it was before. A Monolith's a Monolith. And Annihilation Barge got more expensive actually by 30 points. Still a viable option in the game. Not too expensive still. Doomsday Arc, nasty. As long as you don't move it. And Transcendent Catan, pretty cool. He's a Catan. I'm not the biggest fan of the Catan powers, seeing as that they're random after you choose your opponent, but still. Or your opponent's target. So if you choose your target, then random. That's it. So that's good. Let's go to the Lords of War now. Why not? Shall we? Because there's 3 Lords of War. And they're basically the 3 Apocalypse, or sorry, the 2 Apocalypse vehicles. And Emotech the Stormlord. The first one is the Tesseract Vault. So Tesseract Vault is 550 points, which I'm pretty sure is the same points cost as it was before. And you have Tesseract Vault, armor 14 around, 9 hull points, ballistic skill 4. 9 hull points? That's crazy. As long as your opponent doesn't pop it. But it's a vehicle, it's a super heavy vehicle, so it won't be destroyed that quickly. Skimmer. And you have 4 Tesla Spheres. Sorry, 15. Let's find out what Tesla Spheres are. I've never heard of a Tesla Sphere. Alright, 24 inch range, strength 7, AP dash, heavy 5, Tesla. And as powers of the Catan. And now this is one of the things that has the cool powers of Catan, because no matter what you roll, it's the better one. It's twice the distance and always larger. Most time like Apocalyptic Blast, or twice the number of shots. Living Metal. When a Tesseract Vault uses powers of Catan, measures line of sight and distance from the Catan itself and resolve the attack of ballistic skill 5. And Vengeance of the Unchained. The Unchained. When a Tesseract Vault loses its last hull point, it always suffers a Titanic Explosion. There's no need to roll in the catastrophic damage table. So simply move it towards your opponent, and when it blows up, his table goes bye-bye. That's cool. 550 points. Not bad, actually. For the cost of the model, it's pretty good, actually. Not too bad. You know? And next is the Obelisk. Kind of the closed version of the Tesseract Vault. Sorry. It's armor 14 around and only 6 hull points, as opposed to the 9 of the other one. It's 300 points, half the cost. Makes sense. And you get 4 Tesla spheres, and it has Deep Strike, Living Metal, Gravity Pulse. All enemy flyers, skimmers, jet bikes, and flying monster creature units treat all terrain within 18 inches of the obelisk, including open ground, as dangerous terrain. Zooming flyers and swooping monster creatures must also take a dangerous terrain test if they move within 18 inches of the obelisk. That's pretty nasty. Even though they do not normally take dangerous terrain checks. Yeah, and Sleeping Sentry. When you deploy an obelisk, you can choose whether it is powered up or powered down. If it is powered up, it follows the normal rules for a vehicle of its type. If it's powered down, it may not move or shoot, but has a 3+ invulnerable save. You can choose to power up the obelisk at the start of any of your movement phases. An obelisk that arrives by Deep Strike is automatically considered to be powered up. Once powered up, the obelisk cannot power down later in the game. Cool, so you want to keep it alive early in the game, power down at the beginning, then power up when you want. Cool stuff. And that's the obelisk. Cool. It's also a super heavy vehicle and a skimmer. And finally, my favorite guy. Now, he's, again, been tweaked as well. His storm powers were fun, but they were a time waster. Emotech the Stormlord. He's one of my favorite HQs, period, in the game. I like him a lot. I kind of miss already the Storm phase already, but it was fun. So he's basically the same Emotech, but he has a better weapon skill, ballistic skill, like they did in all the other guys. Weapon skill, ballistic skill 5, strength toughness 5, 3 wounds, initiative 2, 3 attacks, leadership 10, 2 up save. And they changed his Lord of the Storm power. It used to be that it was automatically night fighting turn 1 and then the light. And if you rolled under it, you kept night fighting going. And if night fighting was existent, you got the lightning round. And lightning round was a lot of fun, but it's changed now. If your army includes Emotech the Stormlord, night fighting is always in effect during the first game turn. In addition, once per game, at the start of any friendly shooting phase, roll a d6 for each enemy unit within 48 inches of him, so not on the table, within 48 inches. And it's on a 5-up, they get hit with d6 strength, 6 AP hits. So it's kind of like the lightning round, better odds, because it used to be a 6-up, now it's a 5-up. These hits are randomly allocated. So it doesn't say they're specifically against rear armor, those vehicles. They really should say that, because they usually fit, or side armor, sorry, they usually face the side armor. He has a Gauntlet of Fire, which, let me just double check. I think it's a shooting attack. Gauntlet of Fire is, yep, it's a Flamer template. Strength 4, AP 5, Assault 1. He has a Phase Shifter, which I'm pretty sure gives him a 4-up invul. Yep, 4-up invulnerable save. And he is an independent character. It will not die. Reanimation protocols. And he also has Bloodswarm Nano Scarabs. If your army includes Emotech the Stormlord, friendly units of Flayed Ones can reroll the Scatter Dice when arriving from Deep Strike. Ooh, and he also has the Staff of the Destroyer, which is an 18-inch range, Strength 6, AP 2, Assault 3 shot. I like. So why would you want to shoot the other gun? I guess if you want to flame some guys and kill them. Makes sense. So he can take out infantry or Terminators. Either one, he's pretty good at that. So good job, Emotech the Stormlord. And that's it. Those are the Lords of War. So all we have left are the formations and the final thoughts. So next video, I'm going to be going over the formations that are mentioned in the... basically all the formations that they have the opportunity to take, and combined they form the Necron detachment. I'll be going over each formation and the special rules that apply to them. And that way we can go over the full Necron Decurion detachment and just say which units might be good, which ones might not be. And then give my final thoughts. So thank you very much once again for watching this episode of the Necron Codex review. I really hope you enjoyed it, and please leave a comment in the comment section down below of what you thought about my remarks. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have anything else to add? I really do appreciate your thoughts, and maybe you're thinking of something I'm completely missing. Maybe I missed something in a video, or I meant to cover something I didn't. So please leave a comment in the comment section down below, and thank you very much for watching. Next time, this is Jay saying, happy painting.